everybody. My name is T.R. Johnson. I will be giving the life insurance informational class today. Today, 55-year-old Miss Angela wants life insurance, and she wants to know what are her options. And so we're going to go through that today. Again, I'm T.R. Johnson, licensed life insurance and real estate agent. Okay, let's start the call with Miss Angela today. Hey, Miss Angela, how are you doing today? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can help you with that. I'm glad you called. Absolutely. We can talk about life insurance. Let's take our time. I know these conversations can be difficult. Especially when you're thinking about life insurance at your age and you think about your health and you think about the affordability. But I'm here to make things simple and easy for you. Okay, so Miss Angela, you're 55 years old. Perfect. Let me put all this information in here. And you're still at a good age where the price isn't too high. You said you're looking for something around $55 per month. Okay, all right. Yes, ma'am. I can work with that. And you are mainly worried about your burial coverage, right? Okay, I hear you. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because a lot of families are stuck doing GoFundMe's and fish fry fundraisers. And I tell people all the time that things like that don't always work out for the best. And so you're doing the right thing, being proactive, so your family doesn't have to go through all that. And most people want to know when the time comes their children, they're not out running around stressed and trying to figure out how to bury their mother. So I'm glad you're thinking ahead. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You said you have two daughters. Okay. Yeah. Your youngest daughter, she lives out of state. And your oldest daughter, she lives here in Michigan, but she has a lot on her plate. Wow. And you don't want them scrambling financially if something happened to you. I completely understand. I hear that every single day. That's a mother's heart right there. Oh. And you said your mother passed away unexpectedly and your family had to scrape to get money together to bury her. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Angela. That trauma sticks with you. And a lot of people make decisions based off what they experienced. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You don't want your daughter to feel that same pain. And you don't want, yeah. Yeah, you don't want people around passing around that collection plate. I completely understand. Yeah. Let's talk about some of your options. Now at 55 years old, the most common affordable plan is called Final Expense Whole Life Insurance. Now, this is the one that does three simple things. The price stays the same for life. The coverage never decreases. Your coverage stays the same. And the policy never expires. It never expires. The way you're locked in, nobody can ever raise the price when you turn 60, 70, or 80. All that. It's permanent. It pays cash directly to your daughters to bury you, pay bills, or anything else they need. And the best part is you don't need a doctor's visit. These plans are specifically created for everyday people, such as yourself. Now that you mentioned it, something important. You want to make sure nobody has to beg, nobody has to ask around, nobody has to feel embarrassed when the day comes. That tells me it isn't just about burial, it's about respect. Most mothers want that. You have a point. They want their children to be able to grieve in peace. Not trying to figure out who's paying for the casket. Yes. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Miss Angela. And your daughters, they're lucky to have a mom who thinks like this. Okay. Let me ask you a couple simple, quick questions. Nothing deep, nothing weird. I just need to know. Yep. I need to see which company is going to approve you for the best rate at $55 per hour. Okay, let's get it in here. So, you're 55 years old, okay. Height and weight? Okay. Any major health issues like COPD, recent cancer, kidney failure? Yep, that kind of stuff. No? Okay. Just high blood pressure? Perfect. All right, man. Okay. That's very normal. Okay. Now, before I pull your quotes, let me tell you this. I work with multiple companies, not just one. That means I shop around to see who gives the best price. Just like when you go buy a car or a couch, that's why people call me. I don't force one company on you. The reason Final makes it so important because the average funeral cost today is between $9,000 and $15,000, depending on what type of service you want, and that cost raises every single year. That cost raises. Now, for those watching live, this is why we do what we do, because you don't always realize how expensive final barriers are. Even simple cremations can run $2,500 to $5,000. So when someone calls and they only have $50 to $60 per month, my job is to see how can I guarantee coverage for them. Okay? So I'm gonna get back on this with Angela. Okay, Miss Angela, I got your prices here. At age 55, with your health and your budget for $55 per month, here's what we're looking at realistically. About $10,000 to $12,000 worth of whole life coverage. Now the price stays locked in, full benefits available immediately, no exam, no medical exam, coverage lasts your entire life. This type of plan that people use is for burial, cremation, and to leave a little something behind for their kids. How does that sound so far? Yes, ma'am. Thought so? Yes, ma'am. So you said your biggest fear is that your daughters would fight or stress over you when you pass. That's deep. That's deep. So, you know what? A lot of mothers say that. They've seen families fall apart, stress over bills. Yes. Uh-huh. And who's going to pay for what? Funerals can either bring families closer or they can bring them apart. Yeah. Yeah. 1,000%. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want that. You want your daughters to have peace. You want them to celebrate your life, not argue about money. You see, that's what's so important in putting something in place right now. While you're alive, while you can speak for yourself, while you can make decisions. So, what is your biggest hesitation right now? Let's talk about it. Okay, you're worried about starting something and not being able to keep it. I understand that, and that's a real concern. That's why I always tell people, get something that fits your budget, not something that looks good on paper, but feels heavy every month. So something can look good on paper, but feels very heavy every month. At $55 at your age is actually a perfect number. You're not overextending yourself. Let me ask you a real quick question, Miss Angela. When your mother passed and your family had to scrape money together, what did that moment feel like to you? Yeah. Stressful? Embarrassing? Chaotic? You still remember it, don't you? Yeah. Because that's trauma around funerals. And that trauma doesn't go away. That's why you're doing this exactly. Yeah. You can stop that generational pattern. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to handle my business. That's what you're saying, right? So your daughters don't have to so they don't have to experience what you went through. Yeah. A mother's love. Yeah. Yeah. I know that experience for you was very traumatic. Most people think life insurance is about money. It's not. It's about love and responsibility. It's about a mother's doing what she can. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's about a mother's doing what she can. So when she's alive and she can give her children something while she's alive, and they don't have to suffer more when she's not here. Yeah. And right now, what I hear is a mother trying to protect her daughters. I hear a mother trying to give them peace. I hear a mother who has been through pain and doesn't want her children to feel the same. Yeah. That's love. So here's what I recommend. Based on your $55 a month policy, option A, $12,000 policy, whole life, locked in, no expiration. Pays your daughters directly in cash. Covers the funeral, burial, or cremation, about $55 per month. Option 2, option B, slightly lower coverage, that's $10,000, also around $50 per month. Good if you want to stay a little under your budget. Now, $55 per month will get you closer to $15,000 because of these lower cost structures. Let me go into this a little bit more. So 55 will get you about $55 per month will get you about $15,000. This gives you extra money for your daughters to handle transportation, flowers, and programs. Um, so, so based on what you told me, wanting to make sure your daughters are not stressed, I think that the $12,000 plan fits best here for you. Let me look here. Which one of you are leaning toward, Miss Angela? The 12,000? Okay, perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. Let me type that in here. Let me ask you one final question before we go forward. What made you make the decision today that you were finally ready to take care of this? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You woke up this morning thinking about your daughters, and it hit your spirit heavy today. Yes, ma'am. Sometimes God speaks to people like that. Sometimes a moment comes and you just know it's time. Yes. Okay, Miss Angela. Okay, we're ready to start your application. All right. It's going to take about 5 minutes to verify your information. I just need your full legal name, date of birth, address, phone number, emergency contact, and beneficiaries. Okay. Okay. Perfect. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, okay. They're going to ask a few quick health questions. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I promise there's no blood test. Nobody's coming to your house with a needle. We'll keep it simple. Okay. Okay. All right. So, all right. Hold on one second, Miss Angela. So, to everybody watching live, if you're over 45 and you don't have at least some sort of burial coverage, your family is one phone call away from being stressed out. I don't care about how much money people say they have. When emergencies come, pockets get tight. Let me get back to Angela. Okay, Miss Angela, looks like you're approved. Yes, ma'am. You're approved. Congratulations. Congratulations. That means when your time comes, your daughters will have $12,000 cash available within 48 hours. No probate, no delays. Okay? All right. How do you feel right now? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah. You do look a little lighter. And you sound lighter. Yeah. You did the right thing today. I wish you can see how many people go through life putting this off, Miss Angela. But today, you broke the generational cycle. You took control. You protected your daughters. Mm-hmm. And I want to say this before I hang up. You're a good mother. You made a wise decision. And your daughters will appreciate this more than you know. Well, Miss Angela, you are officially covered. If you need anything, you can call me back directly. Well, you have a blessed rest of your day, and thank you again for trusting me with this. Thank you, Miss Angela. Okay, guys, that's right. Folks, that's how you have a real conversation with someone. People call me with fears and real memories, real trauma, real concern for their family. This isn't about selling policies. It's about helping families avoid pain. So everybody watching me now, if you don't have coverage, I want you to review what you have and reach out to me. I'll help you the same way that I helped Miss Angela. Okay. All right. We're going to end this live. Have a good one. Peace.